back to Whiskey Happens. So today we are talking about 3 bourbon whiskeys that surprised us in 2021. Just to set the scale, this is just ones that we picked up this year. This isn't 2021 releases. As most of you guys know, hunting takes time, or being available to have access to it as well.
Very true. Very true. And I'm excited about this because I think a lot of times bottles get hyped and you try it and you go find it and either you love it or you might be disappointed. So I think this will be I'm interested to see, Gary, what you are looking at and talking about today, because I have no idea what you're going to say. So why don't you kick us off with your first bottle?
That's fine by me. This one you might know because we were together when we bought it. It is Clyde Maze 6-year. This one was a total wine pick. I think most of them are liquor store picks. I haven't seen it in an actual store, and it's not listed on their website that I remember from the first time we got it, or the only time we got it. Yep. But for something just grabbing off the shelf, because I don't know, I have a philosophy: if there's a store pick, it's not a complete loss because you never know what you're going to explore. However, that being said, I have nothing to compare it to. I've seen it in various total wines as I go in them, but I've seen it in like one liquor store, another liquor store. Anyway, Travis, what's your pick?
Well, what did you think about it? So, like, is it something you liked, or is it something like?
Yeah, I definitely like this bottle. It's coming in 102 proof. I paid around $50 for it.
Okay.
It surprised me on the first sip. Like, I was like not expecting a lot from it. I didn't know what Alabama style whiskey is. I still haven't looked into it. Like Totes My Goats, know what it is in and out. But it's good enough for me to where I will be happy to finish this bottle. When it gets close to the end, I'll pick up another. I don't know anything else coming out of Connecticut distilleries. Connecticut Ridge distilleries. I'm probably saying it wrong, but it's fine.
Yeah. I mean, it's Clyde Maze is one of those ones that you see a lot of, but I definitely think the store picks, the barrel picks are better than just their normal every day that they come out with. So interesting.
Are you you able to get this as a regular barreled item? Because out here,
you can get a Clyde Maze. It's not like that. It's not a barrel pick, or it's not barrel strength or any of those. It's just a normal, I think, a 4-year aged bourbon that I've seen on the shelf. I do know that they have a few other ones that I do believe they have a 10 or a 9-year as well. Don't shoot me if I'm wrong on that, but I think they do have other years. But everything that I've heard from other people is it's average. Like, it's not that great, but the ones we got, I think, are pretty decent. But I'm like you, I would like to try and see what another one might be that is maybe a store pick from a different store. So
yeah, I know they have a 12-year on their website as a permanent bottle. However, this one is not listed on their website. The last time I saw, I haven't revisited it since we left New Orleans, but it wasn't there when I checked, and I don't go to their website. Maybe I should go there more.
Yeah.
Travis, what's your first bottle?
So mine is one that I find kind of interesting because everyone rants and raves about it. I was not a fan of some of the other ones in this lineup, but this one blew my socks off, and it's probably one of my favorite bourbons, and I feel like such a homer because of it, but it's Weller Antique. So 107. You were nice enough to find this bottle for me. This is probably one of the most phenomenal tasting bottles, and it sounds so weird, but like I said, I've had of course I have Special Reserve. I'm not a huge fan. It's okay. I've had Full Proof. It's okay. I wasn't like blown away. And so I'm waiting to try. I'm trying to find the 12 now to try that. But the Antique is just, I don't know. I mean, it's fire. It's one of my favorite, and everyone says that. But when people say that, you never know if people are just saying it because, oh, it's super hard to find. It's amazing, and it's like, no, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, unfortunately, taste is subjective. However, I do agree with you. I've never had 12 year either, but as far as the Willers I have tried thus far, uh, I would prefer it if I could get it all the time. Ohio, I'm going to come see you real soon.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. Well, what's next on your list?
Well, it's actually funny that you asked because I want to do a blind of this old
Okay.
Ezra 7
Okay.
with OWA
Okay.
because I find they're similar to me on the palate as far as how I felt the first time I had a sip of this. Like this bottle's been on the shelf for a while,
Okay.
and I just never opened it. I wasn't ever going to trade it. I just never opened it or sell it.
So what's
But
what's the proof coming in at? So if you've got antique at 107, super
this
heavy
is
weeded bourbon, what is that?
117 barrel strength.
Okay.
So it's a little bit hotter. I'm a proof hound,
Yep.
but I don't know. That's why I want to do a blind. I would love to see it together. This has a 7-year age statement. So it's had some time to do some things. Of course, it's by Luxco. I said, of course, question mark. I know they do Rebel Yell, but I'm not sure what other brands they do. And I only know that because of Brad.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with you on that. I've had a lot of that brand and I like them all, but I never gotten that comparison. So, but once again, I don't own a bottle of Old Ezra 7, but I have had it in, when we go out and stuff, but that would be a good one to try. I think super weeded against the barrel proof and see what that looks like. That would be cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen a great review of this yet. However, Ezra Brooks Distillers Collection just dropped out here for those of you in the Northern Virginia area. Something to maybe try. I don't know how comparable it is. It's probably not. But Travis, maybe that's something you can find if it dropped out here. Maybe it's coming to you pretty soon.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Also, sad to mention, I believe this is my first ABC store pick.
Oh,
Never
awesome.
gotten anyone ever before. But old Ezra, because we live in an ABC state, is only $40. So
well, that's
for
not
that price point, I drink it all day if it was available all the time.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually got to stop saying that because these things aren't available all the time. And so, like, I don't know, I'm going to find a new phrase. If it's normal in your area, it's great stuff.
If it's something that you can see on your shelf on a regular basis.
Yeah.
All right, well, cool. Well, so my next one is Knob Creek Rye. So this is the single barrel select. This is the Bethany Discount Liquors. This is coming out of Warehouse One. This is coming in 115 proof. I've talked a lot about this, but ryes have become more of my thing this year, and this one is phenomenal. The taste is just phenomenal. Now, don't get me wrong, I like a lot of the other ryes I've had too, but if you were to ask me, would I think Knob Creek would knock my socks off? Like, no, I mean, not really. I mean, I've been drinking Knob Creek since I was, could start drinking liquor. So it's like, I would have never thought that Knob Creek rye, granted, it's a single barrel, it's a store pick, so it's a little different. It is vastly different from their regular rye that's just off the shelf. Not saying it's not bad, but this one is phenomenal. I'm probably going to go pick up another bottle here shortly just because I'm getting low on this and I want to make sure I've got an extra spare. But if you guys get a chance to go out and and it doesn't even have to be, the one that I got from Bethany Liquors. It could be any single barrel store pick, or just any single barrel in general, because the other ones are not single barrel. And so I think maybe that 115 proof is what's doing it for me compared to the normal Knob Creek that's 100 proof. So that's probably the reason. But I don't know.
Let me ask you this, because I happen to like that bottle of all the rye I've ever had, which isn't much. However, in the back of my mind, do I like it because it's a great product, or do I like it because I lean towards Jim Beam?
Yeah.
So is it just because I've been drinking Beam on Beam products for so long that Knob Creek Rye is like, that's some good shit? Or is it a good product? I don't know. But
I think it's a good product. It gets a lot of good reviews. Actually, some of the other bourbon tasters out there, professional, say that the Knob Creek single barrel rye is one of their favorite ryes. So I don't think we're off on that. Like I said, you know me, I've tried a lot of different ryes this year. And it just has a different taste to it. I don't know what it is. It's super smooth at 115. It doesn't taste like 115. It doesn't sip like 115. So it sips more like, I would say, between 100 and 105. But like I said, phenomenal juice. So
yeah. Well, and that brings me up to my last and first of this year of disappointments. This is Adventure Still's Perlada Bourbon. It's a single barrel. I went to Arizona earlier this year. I thought it was going to be something fun, coming at 90 proof. I believe this was $45 to $50. I keep revisiting it, hoping that things have changed. Maybe I need to wait longer. However, it's not something I'm like intentionally going to travel to Arizona for again ever in my life. Not to say it's not good stuff. I did pick up some other bourbons while I was there that weren't too bad at all. This was just hoping, single barrel. I wasn't really worried about the proof on it, but also just trying local spirits when you're in other cities is something fun to do. The distillery was closed because of COVID, but I did just pick that up in a regular liquor store.
Well, I think for me, the last one I've got, and this will be controversial, and a lot of people are going to hate this, and probably if anyone comments, it's going to be like, are you insane? But it's Old Forester. So this one's not focusing in. It'll take a second. There it is. Old Forester Statesman. Not impressed. I like some of the Old Forester stuff, but to be honest, I have been trying different Old Foresters, and I cannot find one I truly love. Like the barrel proof, or the barrel select one that we got that was 132 proof. That was fun to taste just because it's 132. But I've tried this. I've tried 1897. I've tried a few others. And I just don't know what it is. I'm not a huge fan. Like, it's okay, but as much hype as Old Forester gets, that, especially from the people who've been drinking bourbon for a long time, just not a fan. Like, I don't know. I mean, I haven't, it's not bad, but it's not something I'm going to go out and look for now. It's just not. It's not something that gets me excited. Like, I don't go to my shelf and go, let me drink some of that today. So I don't know. I might try it a couple different ways. Maybe I'll start using it in mixed drinks, old fashions and things like that, and see if I can kind of conjure something up. But
find a home for it. Find a home for it.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, I don't know. I was not impressed, and I was kind of disappointed because I started buying some Old Foresters thinking that they would be really good, and I was just got a few bottles, and I'm just not impressed.
Interesting. I'm not the biggest Forester fan. I think your barrel strength or barrel proof or whatever your kerosene was called was the first time I ever had that, as well as I think I have a bottle of 1920 somewhere down there. I don't frequent a lot, but sometimes Costco is a good deal. Pick it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just super interesting. So I was just like, not 100% impressed, but I was just thinking about something completely off topic, Gary. If you guys noticed, we've got some new intro music. If you guys like that, our boy host Sway, you'll see it in the show notes, helped us out with that. So if you guys like it, you should reach out. He does really awesome stuff. So, but yeah, so Gary, I think that'll wrap us up for today. You want to take us home?
Yeah, it doesn't matter how good or bad your bourbon is. You can have neat on the rocks or a fucking Coke. Whiskey happens. Cheers.
Cheers, everybody.